Sparkle Bar Radio program. We are on the studio lot now, and we're just outside the studios where News Radio is taped. We're about to go in, so we'll give you a chance to give Gary give John a chance to set up the big black buddy, which is the antenna that sends a signal over. And,
sorry, sir.
Excuse us, we got the car in the way of him parking there.
Actually, we're blocking the key. We're blocking key cast members and their parking spots.
I don't care if you're on the radio.
And one of them's bitching at us right now. We do deeply apologize. We just arrived, and we're going to have this car out of the way in seconds, sir.
All right, I love you.
We love you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Get out of my parking space.
Absolutely right now. Right now, sir. Very sorry.
Asking for a lap dance.
That's something nice.
All right. Great. Listen, we're standing on the set of News Radio now. We're inside the sound stage, and people are hammering hammers and putting up stuff for the upcoming episode. We're actually in the middle of the set. If you see News Radio, there's desks, and the studio is raised slightly in the background. And that doesn't look like our studio.
No, it actually doesn't. It's got the two chairs. We'll give you a little hint here. There's no actual glass like it is in real radio stations. No glass up there in the windows.
They're faking it.
Yeah, they are.
It's a facade.
See, because I guess if they had glass, there'd be glare. But no, there's no glass.
And we're assuming that the stars of News Radio will be walking out one at a time. We're going to be talking briefly to all of them. There he is. Hi.
Hi, Brian.
How are you, Dave?
Yes, we are.
Hi.
Apologize for the breaking in and interrupting your work day. But we kind of wanted to get to know you guys and find out more about yourselves, the show, and what it's like to work on a sitcom.
Oh, first off, my immediate response when I heard apologize, as a Canadian, I thought you were going to ask me to apologize for something, and I was completely prepared. I didn't know what the hell it was, but I was going to just start apologizing. But,
there's no need. We're going to do the apologizing on this first round. You can take the second leg.
Okay, so what was the question part?
Question was, see, we've heard from guests we've had in the past that it's a great job working on a sitcom. It's a nice job to have.
It is. It's the softest life in show business. The hardest is probably circus performer, and the easiest is network sitcom.
And we're assuming you can speak from experience. You've worked on
I've got my own mic now.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
independent.
Yes, you are. You've worked on the circus
We were sharing
circuit?
till just now.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I'm on the air.
He likes having his own mic. His own mic is a good thing. He's
now we are rocking. Good morning, L.A.
Now, how many years has the show been on?
We've been on about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Are they talking about moving you?
Constantly.
Yeah. Because it's a really, really solid show. It's a very good show.
They're flipping us to 8 o'clock sometime in March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think, but the week they're moving us, we're preempted. So I'm not sure how that works.
Oh, geez.
I'm not sure if that's sort of a Zen thing. If your show is moved but you're not on, have you really been moved?
Isn't it murder to be moved? I mean, you work and work and work, and you make all these appearances trying to promote the show. We're on so-and-so and so-and-so, and then all of a sudden, boom, because some guy in some office somewhere decides, I got a better spot for that.
Yeah, but the guy in that office, his brain is 4 times the size of the average human brain.
Didn't realize that.
So he knows what's going on.
No, didn't know that.
They actually had to widen the doors in his office.
Boy, we're learning something already.
Actually, just the upper section of the door.
Right.
The lower part of the door is normal.
Right out that
It's
top.
just kind of a T shape.
Right in there.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
4 sizes.
Then he probably knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right,
he could, he could crush us with the power of his mind.
See, check it out.
Right.
All right, so we're learning new things each and every day.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So you're from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hot coffee.
Yeah. This is the beginning of your day, is it not?
This is the beginning of my day. This mug of coffee.
The very first get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, comedically speaking, what kind of input do you have with your character, the jokes that are told, the storylines even?
None. Paul Sims is pretty much a dictator, our creator and executive
How big's
producer.
his brain?
His is about 2 times the size of a normal
2
human
times.
brain.
I see. So he can't crush you.
He can't crush me. He could
No, but he
bruise
can
me.
maim you.
He can choke you like Darth Vader or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
The
yeah.
choke thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he's a prima donna.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's actually we more than I think probably maybe any other show on the air. The cast is given tremendous latitude.
Latitude meaning that regardless of what's on the written page, you can kind of, as long as it's within the realm, you can play?
Yeah, we're sort of encouraged during the rehearsals to, if anything feels like it's not quite right, to change it and try different things. And then when we, and then if they like it when they come in the end of the day, I'm being hugged by Stephen Root.
Mr. Root.
Yeah. Stephen was bitching out in the parking lot just because we blocked his parking space.
Yeah, but he disguised his voice.
Yeah.
I did. I did an accent so you wouldn't know.
That's why you guys are saying, who's that rude limey?
It's an a-hole. I hate him.
All right, now, we're talking with Dave Foley, who plays Dave Nelson, the news director, and Stephen Root just walked up.
Read it right off the
From
paper.
Jimmy. He
Very
plays
good.
Jimmy James.
He's very
He plays the
prepared.
manager. Coming now. You guys don't get along on the set. It's been written up that you guys argue all the time, and you want to talk about that? What's
No,
the friction
then we
there?
kiss and make up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the whole point of the argument.
Absolutely.
Wow, I was just kidding there. Did I touch on something that you
Wow.
think I was?
Yes, you did.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yes,
I
you
might
did.
have known the truth.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen, we could sit here and talk about your role on News Radio and really get involved in that, but what we really want to talk to you about is that RoboCop 3.
Oh, we don't have to, do we?
No, we don't. I mean, there's so many others we could talk
I got
about.
a great jacket from that movie, though.
Well,
Did
see,
you?
I think it was the
did.
best of the three. I know that's a controversial position to take. But
You know,
I
I
think
do
RoboCop
too.
3 was, they finally hit their stride.
I
Right.
agree. They finally did it right.
It took two
Yeah.
to learn it. And then when you come slamming in with RoboCop 3, it just don't get no better.
Hey, CCH Pounder was in that movie, and she's on ER.
So.
All right, then.
All right.
So not everyone from RoboCop is number 80 in the ratings. That's what Steven's trying to say. There is no RoboCop curse, as has been popularly presented to the public.
We read that, wondered about it, but no, it appears not.
Steve, you've been in Ghost.
Yes.
Now, who are you in Ghost? Which?
No one.
No. Okay. All right.
No, I was the detective that.
Oh, yeah.
That Demi Moore cries at.
You
for
told me you were the black
3 minutes.
psychic.
I was. Then I
With the
changed.
nice hair. Well, we were just talking about the difference of the movie schedule and the TV sitcom schedule. This is nice, isn't it?
This is much nicer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We get a week off every 3 weeks.
You do.
Starting Wednesday.
Yes. Hello, America. Hate us.
So you do
wait a minute.
you do an episode every week and then take 1 week off?
Oh, we do 3 in a row, 3 in a cycle, and then we get
Wow.
a week off. Yeah.
Okay, so then let's just go through it so that we all can fully understand the realm of what we're discussing here. You show up, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. You're having the first cup of coffee. And so now,
Eggs.
what is shoot day? What is the day of shooting?
Shoot day is normally actually Tuesday.
It's usually today, but since we got bumped from the birthday on Monday,
Because
that
of the President's Day.
Okay, so you show up, you read through the script on that first day. You show up at 9, you read through. What time do you wind up leaving on that first read-through day?
9:30.
9:30, okay.
Well, we don't,
Okay, so there's a 30-minute
No,
day.
we'll never be in
let's-
at 9 o'clock for a
We're
read-through
not
day.
normally in at 9 o'clock.
That's
Let's,
not even possible.
let's give America the full scope of how
Yes.
how soft our life
You do
is.
it, Dave.
We show up normally on a Wednesday at around noon,
Noon.
maybe 2 o'clock.
Wow.
We read the script. We're out of here by 3.
God. Okay, so that's Wednesday.
Thursday we come in again at noon. We're out of here by 4. That's our first rehearsal.
Don't you
day.
guys feel guilty and want to go do yard work somewhere or anything just to get some dirty
No,
hands?
I like to drive around with the top down on my convertible and lord it over the people.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And on Friday, go ahead.
Oh yeah, then Friday we come in. Friday usually come in around 10, right?
Yeah,
Around 10.
yeah, that's a really hard
Ooh,
day.
This
Early
is a
morning.
tougher day.
Yeah.
But that day we do our network run through, which happens at around 2.
Yeah.
We're out of here by 3.
And then we go buy CDs. Yeah.
Yeah, then we were over to Aaron's where we spent.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Now, weekend off.
Weekends.
Absolutely.
So you can rest up from
Yeah,
that
because
hard
we
work.
got to let
Yeah.
it sink into our heads.
Because you had a 4-hour
yeah.
day on Friday. You
It's-
do have to.
And we
Yeah.
had to rest.
Oh
Good
yeah,
God.
we were, at that point we're spent.
Now, we're day before shoot day. Monday must be a killer.
Monday, this is one of the only days that we actually almost work. We come in.
Almost work.
We come in normally at say. It's
10.
about
It's a 10 day.
o'clock,
Yeah.
and we work till sometimes 8 o'clock.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a long
that's
one.
A lot.
That's
a
a
real
toughie.
day.
Yeah, that's serious because tomorrow
Yeah.
night we're going to be in front of a crowd on
Yeah.
TV
And show night is from noon until midnight.
until you're done. So that's
So
Right.
those are 2 real work days.
okay. So, but I mean, that's a real work day.
Yeah, but those days there's so many people just hanging around, fawning on us, telling us how pretty we are.
Wow.
That it really the hours just fly by.
And that's exhausting in itself, people fawning over you, isn't it?
Well, it is,
Yeah.
because you have to take that time to not completely disregard their feelings.
Right. So, oh, geez.
Every once in a while I have to say, how very kind of you to notice how pretty I am.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now, and let's go back to this other thing. So now that's your weekly schedule. So you knock that out for 3 weeks, but then
And then we get a week off.
That's correct.
And then a week off.
And we
every
got-
3 weeks.
Yeah. And every 7 months, we get 5 months off.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
bad.
You guys, how do you sleep at night?
Very, very soundly. Almost smugly.
No, you
Almost
go out every
smugly.
night. You go out every night.
Oh, my God.
I would like to see what it's like to sleep smugly.
Wow.
Do you do it with the nose in the air, or the bottom jaw just jutted out? Like,
That's kind of it. Kind of like Thurston Howell.
right.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, we need to take a break. If you just joined us, we are on the set of News Radio. We're going to take your calls, 1-800-955-5567. We will return with more of this right after this. 95.5 KLOS. Mark and Brian radio program. We took a bit of a food break on that last round there.
Well, craft services and all.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
They do it up nice. Now, Dave, what are we having this morning?
I'm eating a bagel with peanut butter.
Yeah, see that. Now, what kind of peanut butter are we talking about here?
I'm not sure. The stuff that shows up on the table every morning.
All right, looks good. Top flight
yeah.
stuff there.
Yeah. It's very smooth. It's the smoothie brand of peanut butter.
Which you want.
Mm-hmm,
You want that going on.
Yeah, I don't want my peanut butter to be too abrasive in the morning.
Welcome to Peanut Butter Talk. Candy is also here from the show News Radio. She's also on ER, critically acclaimed on ER. Hi, Candy.
Hi, how you doing, Brian?
How do you find time to do both? What's up?
Well, I'm a working girl. I can cut a couple of more stuff in there, too. If I
Wait a minute. You're on ER, News Radio, and you're a working girl?
Hey, wait a minute.
Wow.
That's 3 jobs. That's
I do what I have to do. It's Hollywood.
that's why she has to rush out here every day.
Wow, you're full. That's full time.
Sunset
right there.
Boulevard, here I come.
Well, that's
right.
also.
At least the studio is very conveniently located.
I'll tell Devon you're available later.
That's also two very different kind of scenarios for you. That's comedically very strong and then very dramatic. That's kind of got to be interesting for you.
Yeah. Well, it's an actor's dream to be able to do both, and on 2 highly acclaimed television shows.
But a lot of actors can't do that because of the contracts. I mean, how did you get by that?
Well, they're both NBC shows, and I actually was on ER first as a reoccurring character, and then the series regular came up on News Radio.
All right, now we have some phone calls. Let's go to Karen. She's on line 1. Karen, you have a question for Dave?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I'm in a parking garage. This is really bad.
I'm sorry, I'm in a television studio.
I wanted to ask Dave if he's still with Kids in the Hall, or have they completely disbanded?
We haven't so much disbanded as just stopped working. I mean, we did a movie a couple summers ago, and well, you're in a very tiny minority of Americans. But we might do something together again. We're we talked a little bit about touring and maybe eventually do another movie together.
How long were you together?
We were together. Well, Kevin McDonald and I worked together for 15 years, and the 5 of us were together for going on 13 years.
Wow.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And I loved your show. And Mark and Brian,
Yep.
as of Monday, I've been listening for 8 years. And
Wow.
I just want to say thank you for all the laughs and the good times.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Make sure you turn your engine off.
She's passing out.
Yeah.
I know. What do you enjoy mostly, Dave? Do you like the creating or the presenting of the comedy?
I like a creative presentation of the comedy.
A combination of the two.
Yeah, I like presenting my comedy on a nice doily, with
you
some
know,
garnishing.
Somebody comes up with a concept and you sit around the table, one would assume, and you kind of run with it and you throw stuff out about it, and then you finally form it into what it's going to be.
Well, I find the writing of comedy is 90% of the time just horrible. It's just a horrible ordeal, but there's like 10% where it's really, really fun, where things are coming easily.
Right.
And the performance is pretty much that's just completely fun.
That's your favorite. That's your number
the
one.
performance is a lot of fun, but I love doing both. So it's don't ask me to pick between my children's.
Well, when it's good, when it's funny, and of course we've all had the experience where, I mean, and you guys hopefully don't have it too often, but when you throw out the joke and comes right on back at you like a boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen often.
No.
But when it does, it stings.
Oh yeah, that's particularly Australian comedians have that problem.
Boy, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Why is that, I wonder?
Didn't realize.
I don't know. Let's go to Will on 3. Will? Will, you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, I had a question for that Canadian guy.
Which one, me or Phil?
Yeah, well, I didn't know there were more than one. Dave Foley.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, you were on, was Kids in the Hall, was that a Canadian show?
It was, yeah.
It was on Canadian television.
Yeah, it was on Canadian television and it was on HBO and CBS down here.
Yeah, did you...
Wasn't very funny, though.
No, it wasn't really.
Working on Canadian television, is it different than American television?
Yeah, well, because it's state-run, and it's kind of, it's more of a group thing. I mean, every Canadian citizen has a right to have his say in what we do.
Doesn't that take a lot of time, though?
It is. That's why it took us a great deal. It took a very long time to get a show out because everything had to go through committee, and then it had to go through the Grand Review Board.
It just takes forever.
Then it had to go up for parliamentary review. And,
a lot of cooks in that kitchen.
Yeah, and then once the Queen put her stamp on it, we were able to put it on the air.
Right.
Wow, that's a long process.
Yeah, well, mostly because we still send the sketches across the ocean on the Queen Mary.
So it just takes a while.
Yeah.
That process. Phil Hartman has also joined us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mark. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Phil.
We have, with your work, been reminded recently, as course of the re-releasing of the Pee Wee Herman tapes, but Captain Carl and the improvisational days of the Groundlings, and that had to be a special, cool, fun, unique kind of time.
It really was a great time, because I was working in a completely different career, and I didn't really have serious aspirations as an actor. I was just doing it for fun, and then Paul Reubens came into the company, I think around '78, and by '81 we had created the Pee Wee Herman Show, which was done as a stage show at the Roxy, and went on to become an HBO special.
That original HBO special is just... the TV show is wonderful, but that original HBO special is still very, very unique and very special to watch.
Yeah, it really was, and I think, really, Paul Reubens went on to change the whole look of Saturday morning television. Mm-hmm. It hasn't really been the same since.
It's very true.
Where were you when you got the call from Saturday Night Live?
I was writing. I had decided to quit acting. It had
How come?
been rather frustrating. Well, with Paul, I co-wrote a movie called Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah. With a guy named Mike Varhall, who also directed the movie The Big Picture with Kevin Bacon. That's my connection.
Hey, 6 degrees. You have 1 degree.
Wow,
and
that's pretty and special.
And then John Lovitz really contributed to me getting the audition, and so it's just another Hollywood audition. But it sort of came at a time where I was ready to do something different.
But what is an audition like for Saturday Night Live? What are they?
Basically, we were told just do 5 minutes of whatever you wanted. And the crazy thing was, I was happily employed as a writer. I was developing a screenplay for MGM, and I didn't care if I got the job, so I was very relaxed, and I think that helped. I know there were only a few people there. Dennis Miller was there, and Bernie Brillstein, Lorne Michaels, and a few other people. And to show how relaxed I was, I said, all right, I can do any dialect. Just call out a dialect. And Dennis said, do French. And I went, oh, I don't do French.
Sorry. Really apologize.
And I think that helped. And then John Lovitz got up and we did our fast talking 40s stuff, know. Why's a sucker for long legs? Want to chin you up with a hose like a native boy looking for coconuts. Just cross that line. You wish I hadn't wiped for 2 cents. I wonder you'd do for a nickel. Just...
I heard nickel.
Wow. Yeah. But it sure sounded tough.
Oh. Reading through your bio information, too, it was... unique to read that if your career had, for whatever reason, taken just a little bit of a veer to the left, you might have wound up as a morning radio guy.
Well, sure. Why not? You
so
guys
I guess
are
ours
having
went
a
left,
ball, right?
I guess, right.
Yeah. It's a good job.
Well, no, I mean, it's sort of, look, morning radio is last refuge of the class clown, am I right?
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Were you class clown, Mark? I was class clown of Westchester High School. Dave, you must have been... No, you were a class sniper.
Yes.
The still waters run deep kind of guy.
Yeah, I was a class introvert.
Candy?
But
Candy was a class dancer. Yeah. Could kick higher than any principal. Stephen, what about you?
I died.
Class death.
So that you know. All right, what's our time element here? All right, we're in pretty good shape. 1-800-955-5567 if you choose to call up and ask questions of any of the cast members that are with us currently. Just pulling up, Joe Rogan, or the gentleman who plays Joe Rogan on the program. How are you, sir?
I don't play Joe Rogan on the program.
And you went with the chocolate-covered donut today. Oh, my God. How nice that must be.
I want to say thank God this is radio because we look like ass.
Well, that's effective. I mean, again, we discussed your work day, and you have the luxury of doing that at this particular juncture. We always can. It doesn't matter what we look like, ever, which is good. It's a good thing about radio.
And yet you're both very well kempt.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks very much.
Luck him.
Well stated. All right. 1-800-955-5567. Questions are yours. If you want to ask a question of any of the cast members, we are here. We'll take a break, play some commercials, and return to you. We are sitting on the set of News Radio. This is the Mark and Brian radio program. We're back right after this. 95.5 KLOS.
Program broadcasting live from the set of News Radio. The entire cast is here. Everybody. And we've got lots of people want to talk to you. Let's get a call for Phil Lane on line 9. Phil, you'll be able to hear the call through the speaker.
Hey, Lane.
Yeah.
You're on the air.
All right. Who do you guys?
Hi.
How's it going? The guys really a dream to get to talk to Mark and Brian and Phil Hartman. You guys really shaped some major portions of my sense of humor in my childhood.
You're a sick man.
I got a couple comments for Phil. Love your new show, Phil.
Thank you, sir.
However, I got to tell you, I love you on Saturday Night Live, and you had such great different characters, and you're such a great sketch actor. I just want to know if it was a different experience for you, having to go to one constant character.
Yeah, it truly is a different experience, and the upside of it is you get to really penetrate a personality and sort of, feel through all the many facets and dimensions of a person. But I do miss the character work, and it's been fun to go back and host SNL a couple of times in the last year.
Well, hey, Phil, me and a bunch of my buddies miss it, too. I tell you what, your characters are outstanding, and it's been really great talking to you. I've always wanted to go out and get a beer with you and Chris Farley after Saturday Night Live. It's like a dream of mine.
Well, you'll have to do more than a beer, Lane.
Yeah. Cough it up, boy.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, Lane.
All right, guys.
You have you've been able to keep the character work alive through some of the film stuff. For example, a couple that come to mind, Jingle All the Way. Not a character where there was no makeup, not one of those kind, but he was
sort of a distinctive guy, Ted Malton, very slick and anxious, kind of, weasel type guy.
Has time to do everything.
Yeah. He sued the company he worked for so that he could retire in luxury. Apparently, he got migraine headaches from toner fumes. And now he lives in luxury, and he does all the women in the cul-de-sac.
And has time to cook, clean, does everything that...
This is an honor to have nearly all the cast of this ensemble show. Which one's the highest maintenance as far as the actor on the set? Who's the most trouble?
Oh, Andy.
Andy's not here.
Dick. Absolutely, that would be Andy Dick.
Now, why is that?
Oh, there's a lot of social and physiological problems we could throw into the mix, but we'll wait till Andy shows up at about 5 to 10.
Yeah, it takes him half an hour just to take his vitamins.
Andy will tell you all about that.
Andy, if you're listening on the way here, you're a freak. And I'm going to choke you out as soon as you get to the set.
But funny all the time. Round the clock funny, and definitely a true asset to this program.
Absolutely. That's good cover, baby. I love it.
But you're a freak, Andy.
Beautifully done.
Oh, don't worry about it,
man.
Man. We're number 80.
Let's go to Tony.
Keep the ball rolling. It doesn't matter.
You're going to be moved.
You guys
to
wiggle
ABC.
with the best, baby.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
How you doing?
Fine. How you doing?
Good, man. You're on the air.
Hey, Mr. Hartman.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I can hardly hear you, but anyway, I'd like to just tell you, you are just fantastic. I swear there isn't a day that goes by that I don't hear your voice on the radio or TV or something else.
Well, thanks to you, Tony, and thanks to my agents, the William Morris Agency.
Yeah. And also, I have a question for Dave Foley, if I could.
I just want to say right now there's a guy in the William Morris Agency going, we represent Phil?
Wow. That hurt. That stung.
Mr. Foley.
Yeah?
Hey, I got to tell you, you were the best-looking woman on the Kids in the Hall.
Why, thank you.
You were hot. I mean, you were pretty good-looking for a dude, I'll tell you.
Tony, before we go any further, I want to know, are you naked right now?
I'm in my bedroom, though. I am in my bedroom.
Huh? You're in your bedroom? All right.
Hey, my wife and my son is listening, so let's keep it semi-clean.
Okay.
No, hey, listen, as far as, like, growing up, were you influenced at all, like, by SCTV and the and like Candy and the McKenzie brothers and things like that?
Oh yeah, I watched SCTV almost religiously, although I'm not a religious man.
Right.
But yeah, that was my favorite show.
You worshipped Gamba, the devil god.
Yes, Bill. I told you that. I didn't want to tell everyone that.
Are there still circlets worshiping Gamba? I wasn't aware.
Yes, it's.
Is that sheep leggings and snake pits? Or
Listen, it is an ancient religion. We Druids are peace-loving people. Just because we worship the Dark One does not mean that we are in any way evil. We just like to dance and paint our bodies blue. But I'm getting back to the naked Tony. Who is this Tony?
Tony, you still there?
Tony.
Yeah, I'm here.
You still there?
Yeah.
Are you still lubed?
Yeah.
We're SCTV. Yeah, actually, and when we started doing the Kids in the Hall show in the clubs, it was like a really big thing for us. Was when the SCTV cast started coming down to see our nightclub show.
Oh, that's great.
I say nightclub show to make me sound as much like Danny Thomas as possible. But
which we all aspire to, don't we?
Yeah, and actually I got to work last summer with Joe Flaherty from SCTV.
Oh yeah, right. He did a lot of the stuff in there.
Yeah, which was really cool.
Yeah, cool.
Comedic.
Hey, I really like your guys' show. It's great. I don't know all the names of the people there, but
Either do I.
Yeah. But you guys, you really work well together, and it comes off really good. And I'm happy for you guys. I really am.
Okay, you should be close, Tony. We'll let you go.
Oh, wow. All right, well, thank you, Tony. Thanks a lot. Oh, God. All right, now, listen, comedically speaking, when you guys are growing up and you're watching whatever on television or whatever influenced your comedic ability, who was that? Was it a television show, television shows, individual personalities? And don't say Rosemary Clooney. Because most of us had that.
What's your date, Phil?
Well, I got to say, I think Jackie Gleason and the Honeymooners made a big impact on me. Just there's something about that show, the quality of a great ensemble, great writing, but really great commitment to characterization. And other shows, I love the Jack Benny program, and let me see, Joe, it was Clutch Cargo for you.
I don't even know what Clutch Cargo is, but I assume that's an insult.
Probably.
What is Clutch Cargo? What is
it's a guy who just moves his lips. It's a badly made cartoon, and all his lips would move.
I'm not familiar with that, sir. I'm sorry. No.
You know, not many people can comedically use a Clutch Cargo line and get a good laugh. But
he was saving up that Clutch Cargo reference all year.
It was
I only got a chance to use it. Huh,
Joey, it's more a reflection of the disparity of our ages, because I'm talking about all these great stars of the early 50s, long before you were born.
I'm in my 20s. I guess I'm the youngest one. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Andy has the best abs.
Best abs.
Which is always
I thought
important.
you said Andy does. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I got the best abs.
Andy's the freak.
Andy has nice abs.
Really? Tell us about it.
I'm going to go back to
no
Tony
shoulders.
and make it. I should be meeting Tony and making a trouser tent with him.
A trouser tent. You used the word trouser? Wow.
Dave, how about you? As far as who you,
what was the question again?
who you're influenced by? Who?
Oh,
you
I thought
watch?
it was about trouser tenting.
No, well, you could go to that too. It's up to you.
No.
Whose trouser tent were you influenced by?
No, I was obviously SCTV we covered. All the people Phil mentioned, Marx Brothers, Monty Python very heavily. W.C. Fields. You want to say Three Stooges?
You don't like the Three Stooges?
I hate the Three Stooges.
Oh, Stooges, man. You got
They hit people.
What's the matter with you?
spread out.
I guess perhaps it's my...
Hey, fellas, look it over here. Shut your mouth.
I've never been more impressed with the Three Stooges than this year, because this year in an episode I had to get slapped like 15 times.
Check it out.
I thought about it. I'm like, these guys used to get slapped every day.
Do you know what I read?
Hard,
Do you know what I read? Larry developed a callus right here on his jawbone from the constant smacking from Mo. Yeah, I mean, like a calloused piece of skin on his face.
Oh, my God. You could. Slapping's not fun, kids. Don't try it at home.
Really bad, unless you're a professional,
No
like
slapping.
these guys. All right, we probably should well, no, we're in good shape.
Great.
Okay, great.
Phil, News Radio. We have news later. This comes off our AP wire. Pick any page and read a story. Any page. Okay, picked one out of the pile.
Officials in one Minnesota town are saying nixie to Pixie the pig. Lucy Lassie has been ordered to get rid of her pot-bellied pig. Authorities in Babbitt say Pixie is a... Oh, dozed off a second. Here's another one here. Underwear spies, Cairo, Egypt. It sounds like something from a James Bond movie. Spies using women's underthings to send secret messages. Boy, it's a gorgeous world we live in, isn't it? You betcha.
Now, are you as anal as your character is, or do you have any connection with someone who's that anal?
Yes, he does.
Well, they always tease me. I am anal about one thing. My script. Now look at how I organize my script.
Right.
Every scene has a tab, so I get a lot of tab. Now my lines. I mark with these parallel lines, you see, so I always know where my lines are.
Right.
But so that's considered kind of anal. But look at how I dress. I wear the same motorcycle boots every day, same jeans.
And they're clean.
Yes. Well, not that.
All right, now, did you yourself do this to your script?
Yes, I did. And how do we organize our script? From left to right, according to size and frequency of use of the scenes. Alphabetical order. And the one purple tab here among all the other blue tabs, that's the most passionate scene.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
All right, the anal retentive chef. Now, you brought that.
I didn't know about the color coding till just now.
You actually made anal retentive, that term, a household name with the anal retentive chef. Now, was that something you brought to the writers and the producers of Saturday Night Live?
No, actually, I created the voice of the character, but it was created by Bonnie and Terry Turner, who created the show, what was that show? Third Rock from the Sun. And they were two of the best writers on SNL while I was there.
Oh, that's great.
What's it? Do Johnny Cash, too.
Oh, yeah.
Do Johnny.
Cash.
You know, I'm a little anal retentive, too. Always color-coded my hypodermics back in the 50s. Of course, now I'm clean. And I color-code my cleansers and hair gel.
Well, your wife, June Carter now, June Carter Cash, she's not a real looker, is she? You must...
Not a pretty woman. In fact, she's the woman that Roy Orbison didn't write that song, Pretty Woman.
Oh, my God, Johnny Cash popping by.
One more Saturday Night Live question, because who was the other one? It was you, Lovitz, and another one did the Frankenstein Indian and...
Oh, yeah, and Kevin Nealon. It's Frankenstein, Tonto, and Tarzan.
That is the funniest waste of time I have ever seen. It was hilarious.
That was always one of my favorites because I really didn't have any lines as Frankenstein. I just went...
Now, when we've had a couple of people on from the cast of Saturday Night Live, and they talked about that they would kind of come up with whatever they came up with during the weekend, and then they would just throw it to the producers or the people that made the decisions. Okay, we're going to go with this one, not with this one. Was that the way it was, or no?
Well, I think there were, as I recall, there was a little more forethought to it. I mean, the show was written on Tuesday night, read for the producers on Wednesday, and it was Tuesday night. It was when people came up with and generated their ideas and presented it the next day, and then on Saturday we put on the show. But I think what you may be discussing is that we did a dress rehearsal every Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and things were cut from that dress rehearsal abruptly, frequently. And,
wow.
And then sometimes things were created on the spot, between the dress rehearsal and the air show. But mainly it was done on the Tuesday night.
It's got to be two separate kind of worlds, that world of that crazy Saturday Night Live presentation and like this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was writing and performing on Saturday Night Live, and I often worked a 65-hour week. It just took its toll. By the way, Steve, Dave, I want to thank both of you for telling the world what an easy job this is when I'm in the middle of a contract negotiation. Well, our reports say that you have it pretty easy, Phil.
Candy, is this just a blast for you to be on the set with these guys? I mean, you've got the 3 jobs already, but this has got to be like a vacation for you.
She molests us.
Yeah.
She grabs our ass all day, though.
Wow.
I really do.
Wow.
It helps that they're married.
Takes the pressure off.
There you go.
All right, we have to take a break. We'll do some commercials. We're going to return. We are on the set. We're really remiss about not saying this enough. We're on the set of News Radio. The entire cast sits with us. We are Actually,
we are number 80, by the way.
We're on the set of News Radio.
Oh, you think they'd let us in here if they weren't?
That's why, as you're driving into work, you're going, who the hell are they? Why are they on
They're so
the
hot.
radio?
Why are they doing radio?
Is that the Wayans brothers? Are those the Wayans brothers?
I don't see them on the WB.
I like the one with the crazy hair.
We'll take a commercial
Make
break and
him do
return.
impressions.
It's
I
the
love
news-
it when they pretend to be other people.
The News Radio set, the Mark and Brian radio program. We're back right after this. 95.5 KLOS.
We're running late, but Mark and Brian from the set of News Radio. This is a question for kind of everybody here. Let's go to Heidi on 13.
Heidi,
Hi.
you're on the air.
Hi. Great. I love the Mark and Brian show, and
Thanks,
I
Heidi.
love News Radio. It's you guys are really, really funny. And my question is aimed kind of at Andy. I know he's not there yet, and Phil, and kind of the whole cast. I wondered if the physical comedy that you guys do, if it's improvised, planned, or if sometimes it ever gets out of hand.
So how it deviates from the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's normally planned. I mean, we've leaned very heavily on Andy and his skills in that regard. In fact, our first season, he got wiped out in the cold opening of every show.
Every show he would take a fall. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just our way of punishing him for being late.
As he is today.
Yeah.
But you mentioned earlier that you kind of do, that you're actually encouraged to go a little on your own to see what you can come up with?
Yeah, we're encouraged to sort of add stuff to the script and play around and like a lot of the physical stuff that Andy does. Andy, he
makes
works
it
out
up.
what he works out what the falls are. It'll say in the script Andy falls, and you'll
But
work
Andy
out
has to create
exactly.
that.
Yeah, but it's it's pretty much carefully rehearsed so that no one gets hurt, except for Andy.
Talk for a moment about, if you would, during the break you guys were discussing the show has been critically received, well-liked by those who view it, but that because of the fact that, like for example, the show right now is on Wednesday nights from 9 to 9:30, but beginning March the 12th, you move to 8 p.m. It's kind of hard for people to follow a show, even though they may love it. It's difficult sometimes and frustrating for all of you to work on the program and then have it shuffled around like that.
Yeah, it is frustrating because we feel like we're doing a great show and we love what we do. But right now, the network, I think, out of courage and faith in our show, has put us on Wednesday night against the best that ABC has in the Drew Carey show, and we're pretty much getting trounced, and so they want to get us out of there and try to get more people watching the show.
The real problem is those freaks in Nebraska with the Nielsen boxes, all right? It has nothing to do with time slots. It's all those weirdos who live where the tornadoes hit. That's the problem. All those UFO abductees that watch Party of Five, all right? That's the problem. The problem is all those wackos sitting in the trailer park going, I don't get it. Who's Warren Buffett? Change the channel. Click. When's Grace Under Fire on?
Genetic
take my pain
drift
pills.
is a problem, and you can help. Send your dollars to genetically drifted trailer park residents in need.
Aw. Genetically drifted.
That's great. All right, let's go
the real
to
problem.
let's go to Amelia. She's on line 12.
Hello, Amelia.
Hey.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'm just calling to find out what the most interesting character or role that they've ever played is. Just funny, bad, whatever.
Huh, that's a little... Candy.
Oh, come on.
What's the most interesting role you ever played?
That's the weirdest.
That heroin hooker chick. Which movie was that?
No,
The heroin addict?
That's normal for my repertoire.
Right.
Repertoire.
Wasn't a stretch then, I guess.
That so elegantly. Heroin hooker's so normal for my repertoire.
Nah.
I really haven't played any weird, strange characters. They've
What
all
about
been,
Steven?
what do you call them?
Let's see. I played a murderer baseball card guy once.
All
Which
right.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got machine gunned at the end, so that was
Ooh,
fine.
all right.
Yeah.
What about Scarecrow, dude?
Scarecrow? Oh, yeah, I got strawed to death. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I play strange things.
Not a lot of actors could, carry off of being strawed to death.
Strawed
That's
and
where do you go
screaming.
for research on that?
Nah,
Yeah.
into a cornfield, which
Uh-huh.
is where we did that.
And you, sir?
Oh, I'm not even an actor. I don't even know what happened. How'd they get? I have no idea how I landed on this show. I'm just a comedian that they plucked out of a comedy club and stuck on.
Are you still doing stand-up?
Yeah. Still do stand-up. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Dave. He is on line. Let's go to Mark on 8. Question for Dave. Hey, Mark. All right. Mark's question, he's cut off. But Mark's question was for Dave, are you going to return to the demon character?
The demon character? I think he means a character that was a demon in a closet character.
Yeah.
It's unlike...
Drop it, Dave.
Drop it. All right, let's go to Joel.
No wonder people in Kansas don't like the show now.
I'm probably not going to do that. It was the most uncomfortable thing I ever did in the entire run of the Kids on the Hall show, because I had to be stuffed through a hole in a back wall with my body at like a 90-degree angle to my head.
Not good.
And I was attached entirely to a puppet body.
But was it funny?
It was funny. It was great. When I saw it on TV, I actually saw it on TV a little while ago, and it made me laugh. But
you got to go with what's funny.
I don't think I'll ever do it again. Now I know how hard it is to be a Muppet. You know.
Let's go to Joel on line 6.
How you guys doing?
Good, Joel. How are you?
Good morning. Good, thank you. I was calling. I'm bummed that Andy's not there yet. But all you guys.
We go through this every day.
You guys. He doesn't. He seems like the person.
He's here. He's just unconscious, Joe.
He seems like he'd be the person that would be like 30 minutes early. What? That's
because he's so anal.
Well, yeah, because he's so anal.
Dude, that's the character. You don't believe the hype, okay, pal?
Yeah. Andy's actually much crazier than Matthew.
He plays it so well. I was also wondering for Phil if any influence, and Dave also, you guys with writing, any of your influences go into the script for the show?
You know, I gotta say, I am so delighted with what our team gives us that I adopt an attitude of it ain't broke, so I ain't gonna try to fix it. You know, I'll toss in a joke here or there if I feel like I have something better, but they really know how to write for us.
Ask for the man, Mr. Hartman.
No, hey, it makes... I'm grateful indeed because it makes my job easier. Yes!
That's how it works.
Thanks for the setup, Joel. I'll send you your check.
Wow. That voiceover episode that you guys did, I thought for sure that you had something in that one because that was just so perfect. You know the voiceover where you did... I can't think of...
I can't either. They're all a blur, you know.
They're all
You've done
blur.
50 of
The
them.
commercial, the garage door opener commercial.
Right.
Silly, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was so. It seems so Saturday Night Live kind of. So I figured that you would have tossed something into that one, but
No, we've got a wonderful group.
But you guys do such a good job. You're like somebody mentioned earlier, but you're like a band. If one piece was missing, you know, it just wouldn't be the same. You guys all play so well together.
I like that analogy.
That's nice to think of when Phil's going to bolt at the end of this season. Thanks a lot, pal. It makes us feel real special.
I hope you enjoy my feature films as much as you enjoyed my brief appearance at News Radio.
Catch Phil
in the
in
early
Greedy,
90s.
too. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Oh, you're not leaving though, Phil, right?
No, I'm not leaving.
As far as we know.
Famous last words.
Right.
Wow. All right, a lot of love in this room, baby.
Oh, are we late?
A lot of love.
Oh, man. All right, we got to cut this off, and we hate it. But you guys, thanks for letting us invade your space here. This is great.
You're great, you guys. Thanks for being here.
Okay, well, let us just put this out then. It is, for now, Wednesdays, 9 to 9:30. However, on March the 12th, not necessarily permanently, it moves to 8. So keep that in mind. If you've not yet seen a News Radio, one of the things that people who do watch it and do enjoy it is they talk about the fact that it's very strongly written in character. A lot of good depth in all the characters on the program, and that has been the case with every really hit, very funny television show of the past. It's not just about jokes. It's about really
Just
well
like
done,
Baywatch.
well performed
Like
characters.
Baywatch, right.
Baywatch of like prime time.
And try to catch an episode before Phil leaves, because he really is just...
And it better be this week.
All right, listen, y'all, thanks so much.
Warm in the Bahamas.
Thank you all for coming in early
Yeah.
and letting us do this. It was great for us and great for our listeners.
We'll let you get back to your busy day, your stressful, busy day.
Oh, you got to get out of here in 30 minutes, guys.
Hey!
Thanks so much.
All
All right, we ourselves are going to say goodbye for the day. We will be back tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. Do we have anybody that we need to talk about at this point?
It looks like we're going to get the dude from Mutual of Omaha tomorrow, Jim Fowler.
Oh, Jim! That's cool.
Jim
the guy who used to go
I'll
after
stay
the
in the Jeep
Tigers.
while Jim Russell's the 25-foot boa constrictor.
Right.
We got
I love
Jim
that
coming
guy.
in. Hey, he's coming in. He's still alive.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Take good care of yourselves. Broadcasting live from News Radio, and thanks to all the News Radio people. Your crew is great. All right, you guys are great. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't go away.
See you tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
be good here.